HPC, or high performance computing, is another type of compute service which refers to the aggregation of computing power to process high performance workloads. Some of the characteristics of this compute service are as follows. It aggregates distributed computing power to solve compute-intensive and data-intensive workloads. HPC is needed for applications requiring high computation power and performance. It is usually used in scenarios and use cases where thousands of CPU hours are needed. It's especially used in cases where there is a lot of data to process, usually more than a typical infrastructure can handle. For example, an application that processes a flood of data coming from millions of devices may require an HPC service to process that data quickly. These workloads involve running simulations against lots of data to calculate risks, applications that make predictions, and so on. Such computations involve complex mathematical equations and calculations against lots of data, and hence the need for so many CPU hours. A typical data analytics workload, for example, may require data inspection, followed by cleansing data, transforming that data, modeling it, analyzing that data, and then reaching the point of making decisions. So one can imagine that for cases where lots of data is involved, especially in real-time streaming situations, high compute power can be needed, and the HPC compute architecture can provide that processing power. HPC cases also employ various acceleration methods where tasks such as data compression, decompression, encryption, data encoding, decoding, hashing, etc. Are dedicated special compute power to accelerate the overall workload performance. HPC is usually achieved by grouping computers or nodes in computing clusters. So one cluster, for example, may have 16 nodes. Each node then has corresponding operating system, storage, processors, etc. The cluster then can handle the high performance needs of the application. So here you can see some examples where high performance computing is utilized. It's used in big data analytics workloads, astronomy, bioengineering, artificial intelligence, machine learning workloads, weather systems, in running complex financial calculations and forecasting, genomics, etc. As for the examples of HPC compute services, most cloud providers provide HPC services. So for example, we see Amazon's EC2 is also available in HPC configurations. AWS Parallel Cluster is a service where one can deploy HPC clusters, enabling parallel computing for specific kinds of tasks and applications. AWS Batch is another service which is available as an HPC service to process large batch jobs, and so on.